What's going on, everybody? I'm Kevin from Cigar Prop, and it is another Drew Estate Tabak and Tech Tip Sunday, once again powered by Monster Energy Rehab. I just got a case in the mail yesterday. Nectar of the Gods. All right. This week's tip: wheel balancing. I think we talked about wheel balancing once before a long time ago, but as always, my tech tips are things that I run into during the week. We had a couple of things this week, but balancing issues were predominant. Half of them were from people with big, dumb, lifted things that have too big of tires and they have balancing issues. We've talked about this before. Stop changing the tire size and or rim size, tire size on your vehicles from factory specs. And if you do, you have two options. Live with the problem or convert it back after you already did something that you shouldn't have. If you went from a P-metric 275 7017 that took 36 pounds of air, then you went to a 35 1250 22 E-load rated that takes a minimum of 50 psi for the tire to wear properly. That is a mistake. Nothing you can do. Live with your vibration. I can't help you. Nobody can help you. And that's just, it is what it is, you know. For everybody else that has normal human-sized vehicles that they've left stock, and you're having vibration issues, I'm the type of store, I'm the type of technician that you would hope to get your vehicle. In my company, we get problem cars from other stores that come into us, from our own shop, from our own company stores, and from other like little mom and pops. Go see Kevin Tires Plus. He's going to get you taken care of, or at least figure out your problem. You may have had tire balancing issues or balancing issues in the past. You've taken it back several times. And maybe at one point the technician comes out, your wheel is on this tire balancer. He lowers that hood, he spins it up, and he sees, see, 0, It doesn't take any weight. It's not the rim, it's not the tire, it must be your car. And you're thinking, it didn't do this beforehand. I get new tires, now I'm getting a vibration issue. It's probably the tires. Or it's what we call match balancing of the tires. So I have a machine. I'm going to show you a video real quick of me using my machine. Maybe I'll do some voiceover as we're talking. I got to try and remember the video. So as I'm closing the hood on the machine, you can see like this big drum thing that comes down and it puts pressure on the tire, which is simulating your tire being under load going down the road. That's called road force balancing. Then you see me panning over to the screen and it shows on an SUV, light truck tire, passenger car tire, I get a measurement of a range that I'm allowed to be in, and that's called road force variance. Now, if it's, you want it as low as possible. If you can get it in a single digits, 5, 6, 7, that's fine. Anything double digits within that scale, you know, which is still fine, they say acceptable. And then anything outside that range, it will actually fail that road force test. And then what that machine does, and let me back up a second, tell you why a lot of shops don't have these machines. These machines can be upwards of $15,000 versus $5,000 to $7,000 for a standard machine. So nobody wants to pay. Tires Plus, Firestone, Hibden Tires Plus, Wheelworks, we all have these machines. We try to protect our brand. We don't want you coming back. It's not that we don't want to see you again, but if you come back for a balance issue, I'm not making any money. You're mad, so why not just spend the money on the best equipment at the beginning? So what happens is it tells me that fails. Then it gives on the next screen. I wish I hadn't had one fail all day. I was trying to tape it. And then that's how old I am. Tape it. It'll tell me what to do next. So it'll give me an option. Match balancing will bring this tire and rim package into spec, or it won't. If that happens, if it won't, I'll get another tire off the rack and I'll try another tire. If it will bring it into spec, what it does is it has me mark the tire and then it has me mark the rim. I let all the air out, break down the sidewall, and I rotate those two. Because every rim has a low spot. Generally, the low spot is where they drill out the hole for the valve stem. A lot of tires will have a high spot. So what you want to do is match up that high spot with that low spot, and you get a perfect rolling, balanced thing going down the road that doesn't drive you insane. Sometimes you got to do that 2 or 3 times for every tire. Now, that doesn't always happen. That's like 1 out of every 100. Luckily, we sell Bridgestone, Firestone, best tires in the industry, hands down. So, out of a whole day, you know, me personally, if I do 12 to 15 tires, that's a lot. I'm a technician. I may have one I have to break down and match balance. So if you're having an issue and they don't have that drum thing, start calling around and asking shops, do they have a road force balancer? And then you want them road force. A lot of times you'll see a little dot on the sidewall of a tire, a yellow dot, a red dot. Sometimes they have them both. If they have them both, red dot always supersedes the yellow dot. That's the manufacturer telling you where the high spot of the tire is, and it should be lined up with the valve stem. Sometimes, almost all the time, I do that, match them up, or within, you know, an inch or so. And then sometimes, like I said, when you road force them, that'll end up being 180 out. So it is what it is. So if you're having an issue with vibration, maybe see if that dot, you know, is there. I had a buddy of mine, he asked me about the dot, what it was for. He was having vibration issues. He took it to a shop. They didn't have a road force balancer. After pleading with them, because he bought the tires from them, of just lining up the dots. They lined up the dots, his vibration went away. Was it in his mind? Maybe. Probably not. They probably needed to be doing that to begin with. So check for that. And then another common issue is vehicles that we see from up north. I'll get problem vehicles in from other shops, and just the corrosion on the back of the rim or on the hub surface. It takes something, a corrosion half the thickness of a business card on the back of a rim, butting up against my precision machined balancer plate to throw off the balance. So, a lot of people don't grind that away, polish that away. So every tire I put on the balancer, I make sure that mating surface is flat. And then I check the vehicle. I've got special, you know, grinding wheels made specifically for the hubs that will go over the lug nuts. And then I make sure the mating surface is flat or clean. So you got to have 2 flat mating surfaces, because just a little bit of corrosion, you know, just on one lug nut hole that just cocks at, I mean, we're talking thousandths of an inch, you know, if not hundreds of thousandths of an inch. And by the time that gets up through the car, I mean, that's a big vibration issue. So I hate to say, if you're having an issue and you've taken it, you know, multiple places to jack up the car in your driveway and look for corrosion issues. But sometimes that's what you got to do, especially if you have a shop that won't work with you. Or if you have a shop, you know, just kind of look out there, you know, see if it's got corrosion on the rims. So there's lots of balance issues, a lot of things that can cause a vibration in your car. You know, it could be shocks, it could be struts, could be just worn out stuff. But tires and rims, like I said, that's usually the cause of the issue. How do you know if it's a tire or a rim? The resonant frequency of 90% of all the vehicles on the road are between 45 and 55 miles per hour. So if you don't have a vibration, you hit about 45 miles per hour, you get a little bit of vibration, and then after 55, it goes away, or you get up to 50, you know, goes away. If the vibration is only between a set speed, 99% of the time, it's going to be a vibration issue caused by an imbalance in the tire and rim package. So, call around. Every Firestone, Tires Plus, Hibden Tires Plus, Wheelworks. I want to say everyone I've ever been to, or every technician I've ever talked to at any of us shops, we all have road force balancers. It is a little bit more expensive to road force a balance set of tires than it is to regular balance them. But give us a call. We can hunt that down. If you're in the Englewood, Florida area and you got a vibration issue, come over to see me. That's what I'm known for. I'm the best at it. So, all right, cats and kittens, that's all we got. This has been another Drew Estate Tabak and Tech Tip Sunday. Monster Energy Rehab, hands down my favorite. All right, cats and kittens, we'll see you next week.